How many blog posts should you publish before you switch to refinement? So this is one of the best operator questions that you can have about blogging. Because if you refine too early and you're publishing something that doesn't have enough surface area to even matter. And if you never refine, you end up with a big library that could be doing 5, 10x with a few smart upgrades. So the right answer isn't always publish or always refine. The right answer is publish until you have enough assets to create signal, and then refine the assets you are trying to get to win. Here's how you know when you hit that point. The simplest rule is refine when you have signal, not when you have feelings. Most people refine because they feel like a post isn't perfect. That's not a reason. You refine when your post is starting to show signs of life. It's getting impressions, it's getting ranked around page 2 to 3, it's getting traffic, but it's not converting. It's getting clicks, but they're bouncing out quickly. If you are not seeing any signal yet, refinement is usually premature. The numbers answer. 30 to 50 posts is usually a common threshold to start refining. For most businesses, the first real shift happens around 30 to 50 posts in one tight niche category. Why? Because you finally have enough coverage for Google to understand what you're about. You have internal linking opportunities that you can work with. You'll start getting a few near winners from the posts, and you can actually compare the performance across posts. Below 30 posts, most blogs are still testing the water. At 30 to 50, you'll start seeing patterns. That's when refinement stops being guesswork and starts becoming leverage. A better way to think about it, publish in sprints, then refine in cycles. Instead of asking how many posts total, think like this. Sprint 1, asset-based sprint, publish first. Goal, coverage and topical authority. Publish 20 to 30 posts in one clear niche cluster. Focus on buyer intent options, cost comparisons, what to expect, mistakes, checklists, and frequently asked questions. Interlink them aggressively. Then you're building the library. Cycle 1, first refinement pass. Now you have a few near winners that you're going to turn into winners. Pick 5 to 10 posts that show early traction. Upgrade the titles, the intros, the FAQs, the internal links, and the calls to action. Send me an email to colbym@gmail.com to get more info on this. Then go back to publishing. That's the rhythm. Publish, refine, publish, refine. Publish, refine, publish, refine. The real trigger is impressions and page 2 rankings. If you want a clean go, no-go rule, switch to refinement when you have 10 to 20 posts that are getting consistent impressions in the Google Search Console, and or you have 5+ posts ranking in positions 8 to 30. Page 1 to the bottom of page 1 to page 3. We're talking about Google results here if you're new to this. The first 10 results, or traditionally the first 10 results, are page 1. Now you got all this other stuff in there, but the more specific you get, you'll rank there too. So we'll talk about that later. Those posts aren't close enough that a refresh can move them into the money zone. If you don't have those, then publish more. What if you only have time for 2 posts a week? All right, we'll get the momentum going, build that muscle. It still works. Here's a simple schedule. Weeks 1 through 10. Publish only 20 posts. Just build the asset base. Get something started with. Weeks 11 to 12. Refine 6 of those posts. And then start with refreshes, 2 per week. Then week 13 onward, 1 new post plus 1 refresh per week. That's a sustainable compounding system. The 70-30 rule once you're established. Once you've got a real library, let's say like 60 to 150 posts, a good default split is 70% refinement, 30% new publishing. Because at that point, your biggest wins often come from upgrading what already exists. Refreshing a near winner is usually faster than writing a new one, a completely new post, and it can produce results faster. Different thresholds by business type. All right, so if you're a local business or a local service, you're going to want to refine earlier, let's say 20 to 30 posts, because local intent posts can win faster, there's less competition, you're already more specific, and you can get it done. Fewer topics are needed to dominate in one area. E-commerce / product businesses. Publish more before heavy refinement. Let's say like 40 to 80 posts, because more SKUs and more variations mean you're going to get more long-tailed results. More fitment and use cases content is needed for coverage. Tourism and blog charter tourism / fishing charters, stuff like that. You're going to publish 30 to 50 posts, and then you're going to refine them. The winner posts tend to be the best pricing, what to expect, itinerary, family versus couples. Refinement post, booking conversions, reduces cancellation risk. What refinement actually looks like, so it's worth switching. When you refine, you're not just rewriting for fun. You're doing a high-level upgrade, so like improve the title to match search intent. Add a quick answer at the top. Add a decision table or a checklist. Add 5 to 10 internal links to supporting posts. Add frequently asked questions based on real buyer questions. Strengthen call to actions to per post. Send me an email to colbym@gmail.com to get more information on how to do it. Let's go. Add photos or diagrams. Update pricing and specifics. As of January 12th, 2006, I charge about $150 an hour to help you do this. However, at that price, you're not going to get someone who's guessing. You're going to get someone with a lot of experience in this topic that's going to hit the ground running. I also recommend that before we get started, you send me your website information, your charter information, a little bit about yourself, so that when I talk to you, that $150 an hour is worth it. So send an email to colbym@gmail.com. All right, add common mistakes section. So this is an area where you're going to say, these are the common mistakes. The common mistakes that you would make coming into a meeting with me this week would be not sending me your information up front, not having a website or a blog already set up, not having a YouTube channel set up, not really having a clear idea of like what the value is that you bring towards that I can start get translated into these ways. So yeah, think about this a little bit up front, but don't think too much. A lot of times you just want to get started, but just have a few things set up. Know a little bit about yourself, have a website set up, have a blog set up, have a YouTube channel set up, and have a few posts in either of these places. Let's get started. All right, the bottom line answer is, if you want one clean recommendation, publish 30 to 50 solid posts in one focus niche. If you're starting a charter, let's say to fish for tarpon, right? All right, so if you're starting a charter to fish for tarpon, what I want you to do is do 30 to 50 posts about that. Simple, very focused. Then switch the rhythm to one new post and one refresh each week or similar. Refine when the post shows signal impressions and page 2 rankings. Page 2 rankings is like the second page ranked 20 to 30, let's say. All right, clicks that aren't converting, and that's how you avoid polishing too early and still get leverage of refinement. If you tell me what type of business you're building, local service, tourism, product, or e-commerce, and roughly how many posts you currently have, I'll tell you exactly what phase you're in and what the next 4 weeks should look like. So send me an email to colbym@gmail.com.